Deep within the mystical sparkle forest, where trees shimmered with emerald and sapphire hues, lived 4 friends. There was Bella the bunny, whose fur was the color of fresh strawberries. Then there was Milo the squirrel, whose bushy tail was as big as a painter's palette. Hazel the hedgehog, whose nose twitched with curiosity. And Old Oakley the owl, whose feathers shone like moonlight on a winter's night. One morning, they awoke to a chilling sight. The world they knew so well had faded to grey. The vibrant greens of the trees were gone. The flowers were no longer a riot of colours, and even the sky had lost its azure glow. "The colours are disappearing," gasped Bella, her pink nose twitching with worry. Old Oakley hooted wisely. "The magic berries that paint our grove must be wilting. They bloom atop Rainbow Ridge, but no one's ventured there in ages." A shadow had fallen over Sparkle Forest, and it was their duty to bring back the colours. So the friends set off on a quest to save their home. Milo, the agile squirrel, scampered ahead, using his bushy tail to swing over gushing streams and peek around prickly bushes. Bella, the strong bunny, bounded through sun-dappled glades, leaping over logs and hopping across meadows. Hazel, with her sensitive snout, sniffed out safe paths through the undergrowth, while Oakley, the wise owl, soared above them, his keen eyes scanning the horizon. At last, they reached Rainbow Ridge, where the air shimmered with fading colours. And there, in the centre of it all, stood the once magnificent berry bush, now dull and drooping, its branches bare. "It needs starlight to glow," Oakley said softly. But thick clouds veiled the sky tonight. A worried silence fell upon the friends. What could they do? Then Hazel, quick-witted and resourceful, had an idea. "Milo, collect dewdrops from every leaf and flower you see. Bella, gather the shiniest stones you can find. I'll get some sturdy vines to make a mirror." Together they worked quickly, their paws moving with purpose. Soon they had a sizable collection of glistening dewdrops and smooth polished stones. Using the vines, Hazel fashioned a mirror, its surface both delicate and strong. Then as the first rays of moonlight touched the dew, she placed the mirror behind the drooping bush. Suddenly, the pale light transformed, taking on a celestial glow. It bounced off the stones and flashed through the dewdrops, painting the bush in hues of red, blue, and gold. The friends watched in awe as the berries, now filled with starlight, began to glow. Hurling them into the wind, they chased after the falling colours, laughing and cheering. As each berry burst open, its vibrant juices painted the forest floor, trees, and sky. Grass blades turned to jade, flowers blazed with violet, and the sky gleamed cerulean. When the last berry faded, they looked around in wonder. Sparkle Forest was more radiant than ever before. "We did it!" cried Milo, his voice echoing through the trees. Oakley, the wisest of them all, smiled. "Alone we'd have faltered, but together we were brilliant." And so, thanks to their unity, colour and life returned to Sparkle Forest. The 4 friends stood together, knowing that their bond was the truest magic of all. And as the years passed, whenever the forest dimmed, they renewed the berries, reminding everyone that teamwork makes the world a brighter place.